Good morning, guys. So I have to have my overhead lights on. Hopefully it's bright enough that you can see me, and hopefully my camera doesn't fall. I'm still really old school. I need to get a GoPro if I'm going to be making little videos like this, but right now I just use my phone propped up against my GPS stand. So sorry about the quality of the videos. So yesterday, just to follow up, I did go to the mountains, 20 miles. I wish I knew my north and south, all of that. But anyway, I went up into Encampment, Wyoming. You can look that up. It's about 20 miles away from me. And it's a decent sized thrift store for a town of 300 or 400 people. The problem is it's just kind of run very, by volunteers, and that's great. But so they just don't put out a lot of new stuff. And then not to mention that, Virginia and Emily and some other resellers who really don't travel as much as I do, they get a lot of their inventory there. So you got to be really on top of your game. So yesterday I just found 3 things there, and I spent a whopping $7. So, I drove 40 miles to buy 3 things, and I spent $7. That's not in and of itself worth it. But I have gone in there before and found just the mother lode too. I found old vintage farm stuff, and I found some Game Boys and things that, not to age stereotype anybody, but some of the volunteers just didn't recognize the value. Just put it that way. It's probably not an age thing. It just has to do with they didn't recognize the value of them. So I found some really good stuff, and I hadn't been there for about 2 or 3 weeks. So I found a Marmot, M-A-R-M-O-T. That's kind of an active wear hiking brand. And so I found a fleece shirt that I'm either going to keep it or sell it for about $25. Then I found a pair of cinch jeans, which always do really well for me. These are kind of a strange size. They're a 32 waist and 38 length. So a tall, skinny guy is going to buy those, tall, skinny cowboy type. And so hopefully the size is a benefit and not a deterrent. But I literally paid, $2 something a piece for every item. And then I got one more thing, and I can't remember what that is. It's at home, and I truly just can't remember. So I went to that thrift shop. I drove 20 miles there, shopped for about an hour, came back. Then I had lunch with my hubby. I had my Olive Garden soup. I made, we live 2 hours from the Olive Garden, so I have to just make what I want most of the time. And I do travel a lot, and my husband comes with me a lot. Sorry, I'm going to have to adjust this. So it's not like we go without eating at restaurants, and we have some very good local restaurants too, actually. But as far as Olive Garden and getting gnocchi soup, and sorry about my braces, that's gnocchi, G-N-O-C-C-H-I. I love their chicken gnocchi soup, so I have to make that myself. And the copycat recipes are online, and it tastes very, very similar if you follow the directions. So I had that for lunch yesterday, and then I got in the car again, and I drove 40 miles in the direction I'm headed now. And I went to a town called Rawlins, Wyoming. And there is a little church thrift. It's in the back of a church. And again, it's a decent sized thrift. It's nothing like a Goodwill or an Ark or anything, but it's decent for being a church thrift. And this thrift does put out quite a decent amount of stuff. So what I found there was all clothing also. I didn't find any hard goods well, no, actually I did. I found some Olaplex conditioner, but it's open, so I'm going to check the price, but I'll probably just keep that for my own hair. I really like Olaplex, and it's expensive. And then someone else was lucky. They must have gotten their braces off, and so there were a bunch of the brand new wax kits, for your braces, and those aren't cheap. I don't use wax a lot on my braces for the most part. My gum or my cheeks have just gotten used to being, torn up half the time. I don't use wax, but when you do get a wire, that's out of place, it is 2 hours for me to go back to the dentist. So sometimes I just put wax there and just put up with it. So having all that extra wax on hand is, really a good thing. And so those are the hard goods I got there, mostly for my personal use. And then I did find 3 pair of Carhartt jeans, And finding Carhartt jeans in my area is simple. I can find them at every single thrift store every day of the week because they're so popular in Wyoming. But a lot of places will mark them up $10 or $15, and this place doesn't. This place sells them for $3 a pair, and these are really nice. I think I got a size 40 waist on one of them. So anyway, so I bought those, and then I bought this really cool vintage satin green jacket, and I can't remember the brand, if it's a Swingster or what it is. But anyway, it has Sinclair, which is a refinery, an old oil refinery. Actually, it's not old. It is based out of pretty close to Rawlins, Wyoming. So we still have a Sinclair refinery there, and a lot of people work there who live here in Wyoming. But anyway, so I got that, and I think that's it. I bought like 5 items, and I spent $14. There was a really cool dry duck John Deere jacket, which is kind of made out of that Carhartt material, and I almost got it, but then it had like a construction company logo on the sleeve, and I still think it would have sold, but I think it would have sold slower. You know, it said 4 Rivers Construction. I don't know. I kind of thought maybe I should have gotten that for $2 or $3, but if it had not had that, in a second I would have picked that up. But it's not really a vintage John Deere jacket, and the last one sold for, I don't know, I want to say 25 or 30. So maybe I missed the boat on that. So I really did. This is, you know, how it goes for me. I did go to King Soopers and get groceries, and I had all kinds of good deals that I got there. So mostly I wouldn't have taken that drive to go to that thrift store unless I needed groceries also, because that's 80 miles round trip, and you just never know if you're going to find anything. So was it a profitable shopping trip? You know, you got to look at it like the mother loads I've found before. Like, I've gone to that thrift store before in Rawlins and driven 80 miles and found boxes of PlayStation games with the PlayStation and the controllers in there, because, you know, again, they put $20 on stuff like that, whereas another thrift would really mark that up. And so it's just kind of a more of a day out. So I spent about 4 hours shopping yesterday, but that allowed me to get up, get all my orders out. I had 2 sets of the John Deere filters that I have on hand, and so that was like almost $200 in John Deere filters that went out yesterday. And then the rest was clothing and I think a pair of shoes. And that allowed me to get all that sent out, do some editing, do a little bit of listing. Then I got in the car when these little local thrifts started opening. And then I was back by about 4. And then I started doing the same thing. I did a little bit of cleaning on the business. And then I did a bunch of editing and a bunch of listing. So that was a decent day all in all. I wouldn't say it was really worth my time or my drive for what I got. I think what I got in encampment back there in the mountains, I think that will net me. I spent $7. I think I'll gross sell it for $60 and probably net about $35 or $40. But I also spent, you know, 2 hours, 1 driving and 1 shopping. So in the end, not really something I want to do all the time. And then in Rawlins, the 3 pair of Carhartts and the jacket, I'll sell the Carhartts for a little over $20 a piece, depending on the size. So about $100 in sales. But again, that's like an hour and a half of driving, an hour of shopping. So mostly, you know, I probably made about $16, $17 an hour yesterday on the hours that I was actually shopping. So today I am in the car, as you might be able to tell. I hope the road noise isn't too much. Now I am headed to Cheyenne, Wyoming. So I listed about 15 things yesterday, edited, got some shopping done, got some personal things done, so I feel like it was okay to go shopping today. So I know I haven't updated you on YouTube as much as I do on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'm just a little bit more consistent on there. I do want to get a GoPro and, you know, get a little bit more serious once I go full-time. So that is why I'm making this video on YouTube. Sorry, I'm a little scattered. I'll get back to where I'm going today, but I am going full-time on October 7th. I gave my notice at the little nursing home that I work at, and I will be a full-time reseller as of October 7th. I have no intention of ever renewing my nursing license again. I'm going to let that lapse. And, you know, I don't want to make this sound like some big gutsy move. Even letting your license lapse is not a huge deal when you're a nurse. You can, you know, in 2 weeks, if I needed a job again, if I ever felt like I needed to go back to nursing, in 2 weeks, I could be making money again. I could be working somewhere while my license is, you know, getting done and, you know, getting the videos done. And I wouldn't be able to work on the floor, but I could start the process of making money with getting the what do you call it? Not the initiation, that sounds horrible, but whatever it is, you know, when you do all the videos for any new job you start. But I've been full-time before. That's a story I think maybe I've told on YouTube. I will tell it as time goes on. I was just selling a lot of low-end things, so I was literally listing 400 items a week. I did have some help, but someone had to put all that away and ship it too. And so even with my help, it was a crazy, crazy life. And I loved it more than nursing, and that's what convinced me. I'm like, I'm going back to that, even if I have to do that business model again. It still was more fun than, you know, night shifts and holidays and weekends like I've been working. So I am at about 2/3 of my nursing salary already on eBay, and then I have about 1,000 inventory items that are not typed in, and I've accumulated that, paid cash for all of that inventory. So really the last 3 to 4 months, when I knew I just was going to go ahead and make this life change, I've been paying cash for a lot of inventory. So I haven't been taking a lot of salary. I've just been turning it right back into very, very good inventory. And so today I'm doing what I've been doing for the last several months. I'm headed to Cheyenne, Wyoming. There are 2 very good Goodwills there. They don't look up a whole lot of stuff. I think they do scan the books, but other than that, I can walk in and just find stuff that a lot of Goodwills in Colorado would mark up, and they don't. And then I'm going to hit the Goodwill in Laramie. So I have 3 Goodwills within about 2.5 hours that I'm going to try to hit today. And I usually spend an hour and a half or 2 hours in each one. If I get in there and there's not really anything new, and if they don't have cartfuls of stuff, then I'm going to you know, go ahead and drive into Colorado too, which is another 40 miles. So basically I'm going to shop the entire day no matter what. But anyway, guys, so that's my plan for today. I will check in with you in the next few days and let you know what I find today. I just really wanted to document my journey. I have 6 more night shifts as a night nurse, and I've worked very, very hard in my nursing career. I've worked for a lot of very small hospitals and nursing homes, and you know, when I used to work in the hospital, when my IV fell out on somebody, or if they pulled it out because they were confused, you know, I didn't get to just call the IV team. I mean, I had to put that back in myself. You know, we were just kind of very small, rural healthcare and medicine, and same with the place that I work now. I will dearly, dearly miss the little elderly residents. Some of them were there like 8 years ago when I worked there, and so I really, you know, will truly miss them as people, and I definitely will miss my coworkers. But we just miss our freedom too much, my husband and I, and we're willing to you know, put the time in. So this video may cut off because my phone only has so much storage. So if it does cut off abruptly, I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to keep going until it does. You can let me know in the comments below. I like longer videos. I don't like to watch 3-minute YouTube videos because I'm trying to work. Like, I don't sit down and just watch YouTube that much. I don't have time for that. So I listen to it in the background, or I have it up on my TV, and I just glance up when they have a bolo video or show something that I haven't seen. So I don't like to have to stop what I'm doing and go find another video all the time. So I like 20 to 30 minute videos, actually. That's my preference. And so I need to get my Kindle out, or get something that can have a lot more storage on it. And I will be making some longer videos. I'm not going to commit to any certain time frame, even once I'm going full time, because you know, my family and my income come first, and I do have a nursing salary to replace. So I'm not trying to, you know, make $1,000 a month. I'm trying to make about $4,000 net every month. And like I said, I'm at about 2/3 of that. It depends on how my sales are on Amazon. Sometimes if I'm tracking some really good stuff on Amazon, then I'm already at my nursing salary. But right now I'm trying to build the eBay side of the business, and then I'm cross-posting a lot of that to Poshmark, Macari, things like that. So yeah, so guys, that's just kind of the update. Sorry, I'm just driving and I didn't really have a set thing, you know, to talk about. I'll show you my house in the next few weeks and how trashed the basement is. My house was, I mean, I wouldn't say it wasn't trash, because eBay stuff in your entire garage is probably, you know, considered that your house is trash. But now, with bringing in all the extra inventory, the thousands of items that aren't typed in, I would say that my basement is just really almost maxed out. The reason I'm doing that is because of the coronavirus. What I started out doing back in January, when I really was doing a huge push to go full-time, was just sell and get cash. Buy, sell, get cash. Buy, sell, put the cash away. And that was really my theory. But over the last few months, living in Wyoming, the snow has already happened. The roads have already been shut down once, and it's only mid-September. I do have trouble getting inventory, getting to Denver, even getting to Cheyenne sometimes. I can't just say, oh, I'm going to go today and get inventory. So the weather is always a considering factor, but then you add the coronavirus and some of the shutdowns in Colorado. Right now it's all fine, so I kind of feel dumb stocking up on all of this inventory right now. I feel like, you know, the Goodwill bins are open, which I always do amazing there if I really take my time and I'm very careful what I buy. Sorry, my phone might fall when I turn on to the interstate. Here we go. We're heading on the interstate now. Whoops. I told you that was going to happen. Here we go. Sorry, guys. If you want raw video, this is the place to come. Anyway, so like I was saying, my preference is not to have, you know, some fear mentality, you know, and the coronavirus might shut my whole business down and now I have to panic. I don't like doing that. I just like to keep a very tight ship with, you know, everything clean, everything put away. That's my preference, but I don't feel like for my business model going full-time again that's smart, because I don't ever want to feel pressured to drive on icy roads. And I used to feel that pressure. First of all, I used to be a nurse out of town and drive every couple days, and then I would stay the night where I worked. But rain or shine or snow, I had to go because I had made that commitment. And I just don't want to do that anymore. I want to go on the nice days. If I do get stuck and have to get a hotel, then that's great. That's fine. But I don't want to ever feel like, you know, I have nothing to sell. I'm not going to be able to make the business go. So today I'm hoping to find literally maybe 5 or 10 things at the most. I have so much good inventory stocked up that I think the benefit of that I didn't realize is that when I'm shopping, it makes me not desperate for anything. So I can go, and if I shop all day today, and if I literally only find 3 or 4 $50 items, then actually I would consider that a success, because it's still a $200 day, and most people in the world never make $200 in a day. So I'm trying to put everything in perspective with my buying, and so that's kind of the plan. But guys, I am going to let you go. The sun is setting. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day out here. I'm going to put on one of my podcasts. I'm kind of mad at these podcasters, this is my rant for the day. They need to have like 4 or 5 new podcasts a day, or I mean, not a day. Well, that would be good too, but a week. For those of us who travel like I do, then like Heavyweight, it's one of my favorite podcasts. They don't have anything new for, I don't even know when they're coming out with something new. Reply All only has one a week. I think This American Life does one a week. And so one of my goals when I go full time is I'm going to have to sit down and find some mystery podcasts and things that I really like. I'm a little miffed at Truth and Justice because I was following that last season, and then it's not their fault, obviously, but she passed away in prison. So, I'm right in the middle of this good mystery, and they're going to try to get her out of prison because a lot of people feel like this lady is innocent, and then she passes away before they can do it. So it's so, it was shocking, I was really into that story. So if you have any good podcast ideas, I'm into mystery, not horror. I don't like horror stuff, but I like a good murder mystery or that kind of thing. But I already do a lot of podcasts with all the traveling I do. So I think I'm behind on some Gary Vanderchuck podcasts. I'll see what he's talking about. And I've done all the One Thing lately, and Clockwork. I've done most of those podcasts. So let me know, guys. I'm truly, truly sorry about the ramble, but I just wanted to at least keep in touch with those of you who, for whatever reason, are, watching and interacting with me. It really makes it a lot more fun going full time when you have coworkers, online. And I hope some of you are from, the North Range there in Colorado, and maybe Virginia and I and Emily and Lorena, maybe we can meet up with you sometime. And anyway, guys, I better go before I continue to ramble anymore, but I will check in with you and see how today goes. I hope you have a good day. Happy September, guys. Bye-bye.